parts about him or his personality that's in you. What are the best things? What is that you've learned from your dad that's helped you to be who you are today as a chef, as a husband, as a mentor, as somebody who does community service?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for asking the question. And I'm already just hearing you phrase the question. It's already got tears in my eyes. But, I think that the things that Dad as a chef taught me that make me who I am, one is a sense of utility, using all of the ingredients, taking the fact that ingredient is in its entirety there to nourish someone, not wasting it, is a huge principle as a chef that I think that I follow from my dad. I can make something out of nothing, and I have an appreciation for both the high end of cooking, but also the common cooking, the depression style cooking, and things like that really shaped like our food memories as kids. My dad was always someone who could execute on the highest level, but he loved the simplest things. And I think as a chef, I have an appreciation for that. Dad, as dad, he used to say something all the time, and didn't like hearing it when I heard it, but it really has shaped me, and it's do something even if it's wrong. And, for me, it just means like you have to take action. You never know whether it's going to be truly the right thing in the right moment, but if you don't take action, then nothing happens. And he said that it was like a broken record growing up, but now I love him for it because it's just created a sense of urgency in my life that I think otherwise I would have, maybe not had or had to find somewhere else.
What would your dad have thought of if he was on Pressure Cooker? What would you have perceived him to be like, his personality, and how would he have been received by other chefs?
So my dad as a chef was a screamer pot thrower. So I think that as far as the cooking aspect is concerned, he would have done very well. But the social part of it, he wasn't afraid to not make friends.
I'm assuming Sergey would have gotten a pot thrown at him many times. Yep. Or he might have gotten burnt on purpose. I'm not really sure how that would have gone, but I don't think it would have gone in his favor. Oh, Lord. Very interesting show of putting chefs together and a competition aspect. Here's my thing, and I was thinking about this morning when I was getting my coffee. I see and view chefs as being of community service, creating that the fiduciary responsibility of a chef would be experience, that the clients come first. It's more than just a restaurant and about making money. All of that is important. If I were to be a chef, okay, I would think to myself, my customers and their experience takes precedence over getting a Michelin star, over competition. I believe it was made a reference a couple times in the show. Don't recall who said it, if memory serves me correctly, but I remember it was said that, I believe it may have been Sergey, about how competitive being and cutthroat, I believe was the term that was used, of what your industry is like. It makes sense to me, Robbie. At the same time, it doesn't make sense, because going after awards and Michelin stars and being the best that you can be for yourself and for your benefactors and your employer and for the restaurant, I would think that would be the last thing on the list that a chef should ever concern him or herself by, is anything outside of not putting the customer's experience first, because you've only got one time. Whatever you're making for that person or group of people, you have one impression, and that will determine in their memory, through their experience, of how they felt, not just by the table, not just by the service, not just by the wine or whatever they drank, the entire experience. I would believe that understanding would create some sort of understanding that scarcity is real, And if an impact, even if it's a plate of spaghetti and meatballs, if that chef and sous chef and everybody else in the kitchen is not putting attention to detail and love and respect in every dish first, they're screwed. The restaurant is screwed.